Alright, here's a quick tutorial on walls and manual or temporary dimensions. I'm doing this in Chief Premiere, but all the Home Designer stuff works this way. So I'm just going to draw, and I'm not going to pay any attention to dimensions. I'm just going to sort of randomly draw a shape here. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to work my way around, and you can see there's no dimensions showing. I'm just going to work my way around and make all these even feet. So I'm just making this up as I go. So when I click on this wall, it shows the length of it. And I want it to be 10 feet. So I'm going to click right here, and I'm going to say 120, or I could put it in 10 feet. And now that wall's 10 feet. And I want this one to be 8 feet. So I'll make this one 8 feet. And I want this one to be, let's make it 4 feet. And this one will make 7 feet. I'm just going to do this one like this. And then this one I want to be 8 feet. This one, let's make it 2 feet. This one, let's make it 10 feet. This one, let's make it 8 feet. This one is 4 feet. And it's that way because I worked my way around, making them all even feet. This one's 5 feet. This one's still 10 feet. This one's still 8 feet. This one's 7 feet. They're all the same. None of them moved. So let's put a couple of interior walls in here. I'm going to put one right across here. Now when I'm drawing interior walls, it depends on what you're doing and how you're doing this. This is the default setting for temporary dimensions, so it measures from the outside, the main layer, the dimension 2 layer, and it measures to the same layer on this wall. And that's generally not what I want. It might be if that's the way your dimensions, if you're copying a plan and that's the way your dimensions are set up, that may be what you want. But what I'm going to do is go up here to Dimensions, Temporary Dimensions, and I'm going to locate Wall Dimension Layer. I'm going to locate both wall sides. I'm going to locate, let's see if all that works. Let's see what that does. So now what happens is when I click this wall, it dimensions from the inside to the inside, and it's dimensioning to the framing. It's not dimensioning to the drywall. I could change that. Locate wall surfaces. Okay, done. Now when I click on this, it locates to the surface and to the surface. So I'm going to make this 6'6". And the thing is that for me, I don't want dimensions cluttering up the plan. When I'm doing a layout, when I'm adding things and putting things in it, I don't want a bunch of dimensions there. I might sometimes put a manual dimension if I want to do something specific. but generally I don't need that. Now, if I want to, I could put auto exterior dimensions on there. And if I click this wall, I can come over here and I can click that, and I can make that 4 feet if I want to. If I want to move this wall, I can click that 8 feet. Let's make it 9 feet. If I want to change this little wall right here, I can use this 2 foot, or I can use this 15 feet. Let's make it 16 feet. But for me, these are just annoying. It's really easy, you know, in Chief, I've got this thing called Active Layer Display. And so I can just come over here and really quickly turn things on and off, instead of having to go up here to Tools, Layer Settings, Display Options, and, you know, go through all this stuff like you have to do in Pro. Anyway, give that a try. I think sometimes people have a difficult time dimensioning because they're not familiar with the way dimensions affect the walls that they're trying to dimension. Also, I don't know if you have start and end indicators on. You can see this S and this E. That's handy too. If you go to Preferences, and let's see. I cannot ever remember. Here we go. Go to Preferences, Edit, Show Start and End Indicators. That's handy because, let's say I want to move this wall, make it longer. I can lock the start or the enter or the end or the center. I think Pro has this. So if I want to move the end, I can lock the start. If I want to move the start end, I can lock the end. So I can do this, and I can make this 10 feet. And you see what happens there when I do that. It doesn't automatically move this wall. It just makes this wall longer. I can drag that, and this wall is still 10 feet. So give it a try. Just experiment. Draw a plan like this, like what I've done, and just experiment. Practice with moving things around with dimensions, either both temporary and automatic or manual. One thing to remember when you have when you've done automatic dimensions, when they're automatic or manual dimensions that you've already placed, temporary dimensions are not going to show up. Temporary dimensions are only there when there are no other dimensions. And that's why I said come over here, edit, delete objects, all fours, automatic and manual dimensions, delete. And then when I click on the wall, it's going to show me temporary dimensions, not all that whole plan full of dimensions.